81. Remnants. Can a mother's heart hold the weight of her own shattered dreams? How much grief can her human spirit endure? The journey to Riebeek West was excruciating. It was a stormy day. Angry clouds pierced the sky, and torrential winds ravaged the landscape. How else? I thought wryly. And how ironic. Finally, I had the address Gurik had called home for the last 5 years. Yet he would never greet me there. Keith was quiet, supportive, and kind. How else? I thought thankfully. My first impressions of the property. A lush green garden, many dogs, and a broken lady inside the house. Our eyes met, and our pain merged. Our sorrow multiplied. Grace intervened, saving us both. I listened with compassion and understanding, finding resonance. Certain themes in Gurik's life had perpetuated. I shuddered a silent sigh. When our last words had spilled out, she beckoned to his garden flat. Keith and I ventured outside. Just the two of us. The storm still raged, expressing its fury and temper. My first glimpses of the tree, sentinel of his sanctuary. I cannot bear. It's too much. I stagger inside. A sombre waltz through Gurik's abode, a heartbreaking requiem. The familiarity of the scene, chaos married with artistic flair, unique and striking art pieces flung against the walls, others perched on the rafters. Amidst the whimsical wreckage, dirty dishes drowned the sink. A few glasses, half empty with red wine. Plates and bowls with half-eaten food. Cigarette butts, many, spilled from the ashtray, neglected and forgotten. How else? I think wistfully. The crumpled bed, clothes scattered everywhere. The gentle giant's shoes, worn and weathered. Rubbing my nose in his clothes, hoping his hauntingly familiar scent would bring him back to life. Sophia's doggy basket, cozy with a warm blanket, her vet's prescription within reach. He had captured her heart. They were an inseparable pair. Now, Sophia waits, confused and concerned, for Gurik's return. Employment papers in disarray on a shelf. Congratulations on your appointment. Art consultant on an international ship, soon to board. ID pictures, reeking of fear to leave the familiar. I inhale the trepidation that clung carelessly to the papers. Desperate for relief, My gaze settles upon a framed photo of my mom, radiant and carefree in her youth, nestled in its special spot. I cannot bear any more. It's too much. Now, to the morgue, to identify his body. The drive seems endless. The storm still rages. Keith is quiet, supportive, and kind. How else? I think, thankfully. The moment I lay eyes on him, my womb ruptures. He looks asleep, peaceful, like he will open his eyes any moment now. The umbilical cord wraps itself around my throat. It constricts mercilessly, a noose of memories and echoes. Then it violently severs. The savage animal unleashes a mournful wail in the sacred room. The ferocious fiend flees the darkness, desperate to escape the travail of sorrow. It's too much to bear. The finality of it all. It has slaughtered my entire dictionary. I cannot give birth to any more words to describe my pain. I am broken and strong. I surrender.